friends, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, this is super exciting for me especially. I'm getting my lips done. So this is actually about dot on 2 weeks after I got my lips done. So this is the final result. I'm really happy. You're gonna see the entire process. So I've vlogged literally from the day I got it done. I kind of talked you through it a little bit before I went. You can then actually see me getting my lips done as well. So if you are a little bit sensitive with needles, I've put a warning. It might be in the description, so definitely worth checking because I don't want anybody passing out from watching my videos. And then I will be showing you progress photos from basically day one all the way up to when they're fully healed. This is them. I feel like I kept fairly quiet about it. So I spoke to a couple of friends of mine and I was like, look, I've been wanting to, oh, there's a really loud plane going past, I'm so sorry. I was like, look, I've been wanting to get my lips done before my Botox, basically. So before December last year, I've been thinking about it, I've been doing my research, but I never really found anyone that I was like, yes, I want to go to you, I want you to do my lips, etc, until I found the lady who I went to see to get mine done in the end. I saw that she does the Russian technique, which is something that I wanted, and essentially just her work pretty much matched up exactly with how I wanted my lips to look. I'm in no way recommending that you get your lips done. I don't think anybody needs any sort of treatment done at all. I would recommend you think about procedures like this for months before you actually get anything done. I'd advise you have consultations, speak to an esthetician, maybe multiple, just to see who might work better for you. So just make sure you do your research. Please don't go to anywhere random. Always ask to see certifications as well. In my case, the lady I went to see had her certificates all around the room, and I had asked to see them prior as well. So please do that. Don't just go to anywhere random, and only get it done for yourself if you feel that it would make you feel better. Don't do it for anybody else. Who cares about anybody else's opinion? So I feel like as far as an introduction goes, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Enjoy the vlog. As I said, there are needles going into my lips. There is extreme swelling as well and bruising. So those are your warnings. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the other side for the Q&A section. Hey everyone, so today is the day where I'm getting my lips done. Have I got something on my nose? But yeah, as you'll have seen by the intro, I am getting my lips done today. I'm going to the beauty spa in Altrincham. So she had an offer going on where I think if it was your first time getting your lips done, you could get the Russian technique for a lot cheaper. So the Russian technique is what I wanted to get anyway, given that it kind of defines your shape a little bit more. It's more of a flat technique as opposed to like a sausagey technique, if that makes sense, without being offensive. That's the technique I knew I wanted to go for anyway. I have been looking into this for like a good few months now, but I just never really booked it in. I haven't really had time, to be honest with you. But I finally thought about it, and when I saw this offer, I was like, right, I'm just gonna go for it, get it done, and brave it, really. So it's Sunday today, so I'm obviously going to film the process of me getting my lips done today. I'm with Fran.
Delete that.
Okay. I'm with Fran today. She's going to come with me because I'm a little bit scared, if I'm honest. I've had Botox done before, but I've never had my lips done. I heard it hurts a lot more. Scared already. So we're going to film all the process today, and then for the next week I'm going to show you progress and everything like that. I'm not actually sure how much I want to get yet. I've paid for a full mil, but I think I'm going to go either 0.5 or 0.7 because I do have quite full lips already and I don't want them to be huge. Yeah, I think we do need to leave because we are running ever so slightly late. We're just going to get the tram to Altrincham, to be honest, because it's only about 20 minutes. And we'll see you there. Right, I've literally got so much numbing cream on. We're not sure how much we're going to do yet. I think we're going to go between like 0.5 and 0.7 and see where we get to. And we've got a stress ball as well for this stress. No, they are really quite numb.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck me, it hurts.
Trust me, it gets better.
It's bad, but like it's not horrendous.
You okay?
Yeah. That one didn't hurt as much. Oh my god, that's mad, I can watch. It's actually not that bad at all now.
I'm just gonna have that
Oh
tiny
my god,
little,
they're gonna look so nice.
that tiny little hole in the middle.
Let me know if I'm in your way. Right, so that is 0.6?
Yeah.
0.6. They're obviously very swollen. I think I'm gonna leave it at this, to be fair. I can always come and get more.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted. Like, do you have any advice for not getting lumps in your lips? Is there anything I can do?
I fully massage your lips so there shouldn't be any lumps. So all you need to do now is just not mess. Believe it or not, try not to touch them and they'll completely settle.
Perfect.
There's a way to do that, so if they can't have Joe, you'd be like, oh, fucking, but he like...
We're quite swollen. But cute. As you can see, I've got a bruise coming here. She did tell me that there was likely going to be a bruise there. In terms of aftercare, she's given me like a nice little instructions sheet. For the first 12 hours, I'm meant to avoid extreme facial expressions, wearing makeup. I mean, obviously I've taken all the makeup around my lips off anyway. Drinking alcohol and heavy exercise or intense workouts because it might bruise. That was always going to bruise anyway, so that's going to take maybe 3 or 4 days to go down. I don't really know, probably like 4 or 5 days, something like that. Just not to rub or massage the area for obvious reasons because you don't want it to be lumpy. There's obviously a few lumps at the minute, but she's assured me that that's just because I mean, she's literally stuck a needle in my lips, so there's obviously going to be lumps. Do you know what I mean? But she's also given me this like repair cream, which is really cute actually. My lips feel very, very dry, so I'm going to chuck some of this on because yeah, they are very, very dry right now. But overall, I like them a lot. I think she's done a really good job. I'm going to do like a full Q&A section. Hey friend. Hey. Hey. I'm going to do like a full Q&A section as well, kind of later on in the video once they've healed. I can't like rub my lips together or anything. Huh? I can't rub my lips together. Okay, that's what they look like at the minute. So obviously quite swollen, but they are going to go down. But I do like the overall shape of them. I think she got a really good picture actually. Let me see if I can show you. I'm ready.
Hello, I meant, what are you doing? What are you filming now?
Just talking about what they feel like now, like an hour after. Feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling bruised. Fran was a lifesaver. I couldn't have done it on my own.
We compare.
Hi friends, it's day 2. So by way of update, we are very bruised. Very, very bruised and very swollen today, which is completely normal. So the lady's called Georgie/Georgina, who I went to, and she actually texted me this morning, which I thought was quite cute. And she was like, how are you doing? This is very normal, especially given it's like the first time I've had a needle in my lip or anything. And you're also not meant to drink for the first 12 hours after you get your lips done, because it increases bruising. Now, what did I do? I had a glass of wine. So the bruising is probably my fault, I'll be honest. And definitely to be expected if you are going to have a glass of wine after you get your lips done. But I'm extremely swollen, as you can probably tell. They're not going to stay this size at all. I woke up this morning and it felt like I'd been smacked in the face, I'm not going to lie, but that's what it is when you get injections into your face. This day, so day 2, the day after, is definitely the worst day in terms of swelling, so I've been told. So it's only going to get better from here. I've been told that it's going to take like 3 to 4 days from when you get them done before like all the swelling goes down, and I could be bruised for a little bit longer, especially because I've got a fat one there. But yeah, this is the update. I do really like the shape though, like the way she's defined my cupid's bow. Absolutely in love. And she also said I've got the kind of keyhole here, if that makes sense. Like I've got a little bit of a hole between my lips. She was like, that's goals, and I was like, yay, I love that for me. But yeah, this is what we're looking like today. I'm in love with them. but I can't wait for the swelling to go down a little bit more. As you will see, when I was in my actual appointment, I was asking so many questions because I had so many questions before getting them done too. So if you're kind of watching this video before getting your lips done for the first time, I thought I would try and make it as informative as possible. As I'm not gonna say scientific, but like evidence-based, because this is evidence. The bruising's not it, but I've only got myself to blame, and I had to walk around town like this earlier because I had a few bits to pick up in shops in various places. So I got a few funny looks, but it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Should I ice them? Like, are you meant to ice your lips? Because I feel like that might help. Let's ice our lips. Anyways, I'm gonna ice them for probably like 10 minutes now. And see if it makes a difference, and otherwise I will catch up with you tomorrow. So just a really quick one today because my camera literally has no charge left. This is day 3, so we're still bruised, we're still swollen, but it's starting to come down quite a lot now, especially like my bottom lip. Don't look at my nails because I've painted them, they're so short and disgusting. I painted them white to stop me from biting them, and I'm gonna start getting biab as well. But yeah, the swelling's come out my bottom lip pretty much, but my top lip's still quite swollen. But yeah, day 3. I think tomorrow they'll be like considerably smaller. Good morning, friends. So we are on day 5 now, I want to say. Yeah, it's Thursday, so day 5. I've not put any makeup on my lips yet because I wanted to show you, but the swelling is definitely going down now, and so is the bruising. They're still a little bit swollen and they feel a little bit lumpy, but that's 100% normal. Like when you're getting your lips done, they do feel lumpy for a couple of weeks. But yeah, no, I'm really happy. I'll be very happy once the bruising goes. I kind of think that will take most of the weekend before it's done. But day 5 update. There we go. And just quickly, that's once I've put like lipstick on. They look so juicy. Good evening, campers. Oh, I'm so tired, honestly. I can't even remember what day we are now. Let me work it out. Okay, we're on day 10. And this is what my lips look like now. If I'm honest, I think this is how they're gonna settle. I've not really had much kind of change or movement over the last couple of days. Also, ignore my spots. My skin's not looking the best at the minute, but in terms of the shape, I am literally obsessed. Like, I'm so happy with them. The slight lumps and balls that I had in my lips before have all gone. So the filler's like really nicely evened out. Mostly on its own, to be honest. I did give my lips a little bit of a massage, I think from about day 4 or 5. I am so happy with it. Like, I'll go into full detail in the Q&A section, which you're going to see next. I'm going to film that tomorrow morning. Yeah, all the bruising's gone now, all the swelling's gone, all the kind of bumping, the balls and whatnot. All of that's gone. So it's really, really positive. I'm absolutely obsessed. And cue tomorrow's section where we're going to go through everybody's questions, because I know there were a fair few. Right, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. And as I said, this is where we are at 2 weeks after the procedure. So I feel like the size is spot on what I wanted. The shape is as well. I don't know if you can see from the side, but from the side they're very flat too. So I have written a load of questions on my phone, some from a question box that I did on my Instagram and some that I thought people might want to know as well. I had so many questions going into my appointment, and I had so many questions before I even booked my appointment. The fact that I could chat those through with Georgie/Georgina, I don't know which name she prefers, but essentially the esthetician. The fact that I could talk all those through with her literally put my mind at rest. So I wanted to make a very kind of inclusive Q&A section too, just because I had 1,000,001 questions and I could have really done with a video like this prior to getting mine done. That being said, a very good friend of mine, Rianne, has done a really, really good lip filler vlog as well for her first time. I'll link that down below as well. As I said, I've written loads of questions down on my phone because I knew I would forget them. So the first question is, where did I get them done? For those of you that don't know, I'm currently based in Manchester. I went to the Beauty Spa Aesthetics in Altrincham, so I'll leave her Instagram here. She's been doing beauty treatments and filler for years now. And the reason I chose her was because, you know, when you see people's work and you're just like, yes, that's exactly what I want. And obviously when you're on a filler page, you don't always see the end results kind of after healing. So it is always useful to speak to the esthetician and say, do you have any kind of like final results for maybe 2 weeks on after people's treatments? And sure enough, I got some. So yes, that's who I went to. Obviously I'll have put in a screenshot, but it's Georgie/Georgina from the Beauty Spa Aesthetics in Altrincham. Essentially you go to her house. It's a super comfortable setup. Like, you go into her house and then she has a treatment room upstairs. She let me take a friend as well, which really put my mind at ease. Obviously you'll have seen that in the vlog, but I went with Francesca. Any question that I had, she answered immediately, scientifically or as basically as I wanted. I was really interested in kind of what numbing agent she used, etc. And she just gave me all the answers, put my mind at ease. She was constantly asking if I was okay, because obviously it is a fairly painful procedure, I'll be honest, but we'll go into that shortly. But that's who I went to. As I said, I did my research for a very long time. I guess stalking her account for quite a while before I actually decided to go with her. But that's who I went with, and that's who I personally would recommend if somebody asked me for a recommendation. The next question is, how much did I pay? Now, I definitely got a good deal on this. She was doing an offer for models on Russian lips, or Russian style filler, if that makes sense. So the Russian technique, which I'll go into again a little bit further in the video, is a much flatter technique, and it's used a lot more to define kind of your cupid's bow, and it's a lot more, I guess, shaping as opposed to filling. Again, you'll have seen that I had fairly full lips before I got the procedure done anyway. So for me, it was more creating an outline, emphasizing my cupid's bow, and I didn't want a technique that was super like sausagey, if that makes sense. That was just my personal preference. Whatever you decide to get done is absolutely fine. But yeah, essentially she had an offer going on for models who wanted a Russian lip technique, and I messaged her. I was like, oh, are you still looking for models by any chance? And she was like, yeah. So that was perfect, and I think I paid £100. I think that was anywhere from 0.5 to 1 mil, and in the end I ended up going for 0.6. So that was the next question actually, how much filler did I get? So I paid for the full mil, but I knew from the get-go that I didn't want that much. As I said, I already had full lips. I wanted a natural looking result, and 0.6 is just where we got to. She essentially filled everywhere that she thought needed to be filled or defined, and then I like had a little look and I was like, yeah, that is the shape I want. I think obviously once the swelling goes down that they'll be exactly where I want them to be, and sure enough they were. I would definitely advise to go with the esthetician's recommendation. They do this kind of procedure day in, day out, so they know what looks good, they know how things are going to heal. Go with a professional's recommendation as opposed to maybe what you think, but do what you want. I'm not here to advise you. What was the type of filler? Now, I actually asked her this because I forgot to ask in the appointment. She uses Revelax Fine. Now, I can't really give any insight into what that means or what it does, but that's the filler that's gone into my lips. So, as I said, I got the Russian lip technique, the Russian filler technique. I've basically already described that. So yeah. What was the pain like and where hurt the most? Now, I thought the pain was quite bad. I think it differs person to person, and obviously everybody's pain threshold is different. Mine is fairly high, I want to say. Like, usually I don't struggle with pain too much at all, and I've broken bones and stuff, and that wasn't comparable to a broken bone or anything, but it's just more like, it's quite scratchy. Your lips are really sensitive, and obviously the cupid's bow especially is probably the most sensitive part of your lip. So if you've got needles going in literally through your cupid's bow, it hurts. Like, it hurts, I won't lie. I did use a numbing agent before my appointment, well, at the very start of my appointment, essentially. So that was the one, again, that Georgina, or Georgie, recommended. I asked her what it contains and she said it contains lidocaine. So if you are looking to perhaps purchase a numbing agent for maybe the journey to your appointment, just to make sure you're extra numb, I would recommend the one with lidocaine. I was very, very numb. Obviously, I still felt it. The only thing I will say is that when they are doing the injections, there's a numbing agent in the filler itself. So the more you get done, or the further into the process you are, the less it hurts. And I think that's why the first couple of injections, as you will have seen by my reaction, were the most painful. So definitely something to be aware of. Like, it does get better the more you go through the appointment, especially like the lower lip. That didn't hurt at all. The top lip's always worse. And I don't know if anybody's ever had Botox before, but it hurts way more than Botox. And that's just me being completely brutally honest. Like, I've had, I think it's all gone now, realistically, but I've had Botox here, and like up here, and I found that pretty painless. Filler does hurt. I feel like that's kind of normal. You're literally putting something into your lips that's making them swell. It's filling them up. So naturally it's not going to be the most pleasant thing in the world. And again, comparing it to Botox, the bit that you can feel the most is the product actually going in and kind of making a space for itself in your lip. On a scale of 1 to 10, I really don't know what I'd rate it as. I don't know, maybe like a 6, but it's not super pleasant, but I feel like lots of people would expect that. Already spoken about numbing creams. Did I swell? Yes, I did swell, and that is completely normal. Some people swell more than others, and I think, to be honest, I did swell quite a lot. Now, one of the things they tell you definitely not to do is don't drink alcohol like the night before or the night after, because that causes bruising, and we'll go into that more in a bit. Yes, I did swell. That's normal. It did take a lot longer than I expected for the swelling to go down. I think realistically my lips were a more normal shape probably about 5 or 6 days after the appointment, because I remember I went to my boyfriend's house and he was like, what have you done? So yeah, I'd say 5 or 6 days for the swelling to go down and them look fairly normal. But equally, my swelling and my bruising has probably still been going down very subtly over the last like few days as well, and it's 2 weeks now. I did actually ice my lips because they hurt a little bit and it just felt super puffy, and that helped for me. I don't know whether it's recommended or not. If something swells, then you ice it. Do you know what I mean? Like, now, in terms of bruising, not everybody bruises. I did bruise, and she was able to tell me that from like the get-go of my appointment. She was like, you're gonna bruise here. I did end up bruising a little bit on this side as well, but this side here was definitely the worst. You'll already have seen that from kind of progress videos anyway. But the bruising stuck around for about a week, maybe a tiny bit more, maybe like a week and 2 days. It was definitely worse on like day 3. Similarly, the swelling was worst on day 2, so like the day after my appointment, I woke up and my lips were huge. I was kind of questioning, what the hell have I done? She actually sent me a picture of like the healing process. I'll stick it up here, but on day 2 to 3, you're kind of thinking, what have I done? Please take it out. On day 3 to 4, you're very bruised and maybe very lumpy as well. So if you're not loving them for the first week, I really wouldn't worry, because it takes a while for them to settle, which is to be expected. And equally, another thing that I did notice and I was really worried about, you'll have seen I asked about this in the appointment as well, was lumps. I did not want lumpy lips. That was something that scared me probably the most out of anything to do with the procedure. Well, obviously, A, getting the shape wrong, and B, lumps. Now, lumps tend to emerge if the esthetician hasn't performed the technique in the best possible way. She said there's not a great deal you can do to prevent that as a patient, basically. It's very normal to have lumps, especially for the first 2 weeks. I mean, mine have gone now. I just had to check. Mine have definitely gone now, but for the first few days, I was worried about that, and I did message her. I was like, hey, is this normal? Like, I know it's to be expected to have a few lumps and bumps, but the lumps I had were actually quite big. She was like, yeah, absolutely normal. And the filler will kind of like spread out over the next few days. And she was completely right, because I don't have a single lump anymore. I remember I spoke to Rianne as well, and she said she had lumps for about a month. So if you are still getting lumps, definitely check in with your esthetician or practitioner, whatever you want to call them, to see if it's normal, but you definitely expect them to last up to a couple of weeks, and in some cases a month as well. But as I said, they have all gone now, and the final result of my lips I'm really, really happy with. In terms of aftercare and stuff, you're not meant to drink for a while. I actually did have a glass of wine, and I think that's why my bruising did get so bad, because don't know if you're aware, but alcohol thins your blood, and obviously if you've already got some bruising there, it's just going to make the bruising come out even more. So that was definitely my own fault, and that was definitely me going against advice, so please don't do that. What else did they say? Don't rub them, because obviously you don't want the product migrating until it's properly settled. I did start giving my lips a slight massage after about day 5, and I think that's definitely contributed to the lumps evening out and the product kind of just spreading around in the right way. Especially on the evening you get them done, like try not to put any makeup on them. That's just for obvious reasons. Like if you've got small cuts and incisions where needles have gone in, like just don't get them dirty. Like I think that's fairly obvious. Try not to eat any messy food. I mean, your esthetician should tell you all of this anyway, so none of this, if you have had them done or if you are planning to get them done, should come as a surprise. Pretty much though, I think I've covered everything that you would need to know. If you do have any questions that I haven't answered, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments. If you'd rather it be a bit more confidential, then drop me a DM on Instagram and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. But yeah, I think I've covered it all. Honestly, I couldn't recommend the lady I went to enough. She was great. She texted me a few days after as well, just checking in. She's asked to see pictures of my results and everything, and she was just like, it was such a comfortable experience, especially for something I was ever so slightly nervous about. So would 1000% recommend. But for the time being, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been an informative video. Let me know what you think, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.